long do you need with him?
About 5-10 minutes, if that's all right.
That's 5 to 10 minutes. Right, just hang on 1 second. Now, if I lose you in the left, just give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to juggle a whole heap of different ones.
No worries.
All right. If I have to get you to hold, it'll only be for 5 minutes. So hang on 1 second.
No worries.
Yep. Oh, just hang on 1 sec. Hello, Matt.
Hello.
It's Johnathan Thurston. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good stuff. Thanks for joining me. It's early in the morning where you are, but it's midnight here, so...
It's all good.
For obvious reasons, I won't keep you too long.
Hey, you alright?
Yeah, good. Just talk a little bit about the forthcoming World Cup and how much you're looking forward to it. I mean, it's a chance to get into the Northern Hemisphere. You've been here before. I mean, you must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. I've been over there twice before to play for my country, so to represent, the Kangaroos to have the World Cup in the Northern Hemisphere is going to be great. I'm going to hopefully play at some grounds that I've never played at, and, they're experiences that you take with you to your growth, so everyone's very excited about coming over there.
But the domestic season's over and done with in Super League and the NRL now, so the focus is fully on this World Cup, and I think everybody's really looking forward to it. It should be a really competitive one.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly, the sides that are in it, Fiji and Samoa and Tonga on the line. So, they're all looking to put the country on rugby league on the world stage. So, the Kiwis are the current title holders of the world. No doubt everyone will be out to chase that World Cup dream of winning the final.
Mm-hmm. Just looking at the off squad, you've got obviously plenty of talent and plenty of experience in there, but you've got a few uncapped players we might not have heard of, Boyd Peter and Josh Prapaya. What can you tell us about these guys, what they've been doing in NRL to get into the squad?
Yeah, look, they've had a very good, year, or at least the last couple of years of their footy has been outstanding, and no doubt this has been the standout year for them. They're all very powerful players, front row and back row. They're great on their feet. They can hit good lines as well. So, they deserve to be in the squad, and really looking forward to playing alongside them. It's going to be a great, 6-7 weeks. Hopefully, if we make the final.
Mm-hmm. Another name which stands out is Jared Hayne, obviously a player who had a great tournament in 2008 with Fiji.
Yeah, that's right. Jared's representing Australia this time, and we're glad to have him in our side. He's a world-class player and can turn the match on its head with a special play. So, we're really looking forward to playing alongside him.
Just looking back to 2008, a major disappointment. I mean, you guys got to the final, but losing it on home soil, you guys must be looking to make up for that.
Yeah, and, there's probably only a handful of the boys that played in that game that are in the current squad. So, we know how tough it is to win matches, and certainly we know how tough it is to win games, big games in the World Cup. So, we're not there to take anything for granted. We're representing our country, and there's certain things that you have to do when you play in the green and gold, and that's to live up to those high standards that have been set before we came into the squad. Yeah,
because previous generations have obviously set a very high bar. I mean, the Australian sides that have certainly come to England in in the past, the Lockyers, your Fitlers, your Meningas, they've usually won the tournament in this country. I mean, us Brits are probably a bit fed up with you guys going away with that trophy.
Yeah, that's right. You know, like I said, you know, there's very high standards when you come into play for the Kangaroos, and you know those standards have been set by the players that have come before us, and you know we want to live up to those high standards, and no doubt we want to win the World Cup. That's what everyone's playing in the tournament for us, to bring that trophy back to their country, and you know the Kiwis are the title holders at the moment, and you know everyone will be out to get them and to bring that trophy home.
On a personal level, you've won grand finals, you've done everything in Origin. I mean, the World Cup winners medal would complete the set, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's one that has eluded a few of the players that are in the squad that you know lost in 2008. So you know we're certainly going over there with the intention of winning the World Cup, but we know we need to work extremely hard, and know we need to make sure that we're prepared the best that we can, because we know that it's going to be a very tough tournament.
Mm-hmm. Just looking at your group games, England is obviously the first one, and the emphasis is on you guys to really set the tournament alight, both England and Australia in that game.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a better way to start the tournament, just to play, you know, England in the backyard. It's no doubt we've had some great matches over the years, and I'm pretty sure this one will go down as one of the better ones as well. So it's always a pleasure coming over there and to play against the England side, because it's you know the crowd, the atmosphere that comes with it is something that you never forget.
Mm-hmm. After that, you've got Fiji, a repeat of the semi-final in 2008, but it'll have an added spice because Petros Tsitsipas will be in opposition to Australia this time around.
Yeah, that's right. He's, you know, it'll be a little bit weird playing against Petro, but he's been playing, you know, in the Queensland Cup competition here in Australia, which is, you know, a very tough competition, the second tier competition. So, you know, he's been pumping out 80 minutes in those games. So, no doubt, his presence in that PG side will inspire those around him, and no doubt it'll be a tough match for us.
I'm sure he'll be up for it as well. He wouldn't go out on the pitch if he didn't feel he could do himself justice, would he?
No, exactly. You know, he's such a competitive person, Petro, and you know whatever jersey he puts on, he gives that 110%. And you know this game will be no different. You know, he's an inspirational leader, and he'll inspire those around him to you know do very well.
After that, you've got Ireland in Limerick, which I'm sure will be one all you guys are looking forward to. And Pat Richards obviously involved in that one as well, after he said goodbye to Super League in his last game last week. Yeah,
so you know Pat Richards has played many games here in the NRL, and has got a great career over there in the Super League. So you know, I don't think any of the boys have played against Ireland before, so that'll be new to us, but no doubt, you know, we'll have to prepare the best that we can. I'm not too sure how rugby league is in Ireland, but it'll be great to get over there and promote the game, and hopefully, you know, some fans will come out and watch, and we can put on a spectacle for them.
Mm-hmm. Just looking further ahead into the tournament, you would expect to see yourselves, New Zealand and England, probably getting into the Final Four. What do we expect from New Zealand? Because on paper, they might have a better side than they did in 2008.
Yeah, that's right. You know, whenever you know the Kiwis are in a competition, they seem to get better as the tournament goes on than the one-off test that we do play against them. So, no doubt, coming into the finals, New Zealand and England will be very tough sides to play against. So, you know, they're both teams picked great squads, and you know, on their day, anyone could win the final. So, it's going to be a tough ask, but you know, we're really looking forward to it.
No Benji Marshall for the Kiwis, but Sonny Bill Williams, I mean, that's going to be a boost for the tournament, not just for the Kiwis. I mean, he's box office, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right. You know, he's done wonders for our game since he's come back and played in the NRL. He's just, won the Jack Gibson Medal for Player of the Year at the Roosters. And, look, he's set our game alight since he's arrived back. And I know how passionate he is about his homeland. And certainly, he'll be wearing that jersey with pride, and he'll be inspiring those around him to certainly rip into the opposition. So, he never takes a backward step, and he's a world-class player. He's only been back in the league for the year, but we all know what he can do.
Mm-hmm. And just looking at England, I mean, we read all the stories about our lads down in the NRL doing so well. I mean, just from an Australian perspective, how well are the likes of Burgess brothers doing?
Oh, look, they've been a delight since they've come into the competition. I think the four brothers represented South this year, which is the first time in 100 and so years. So, look, they've been a great addition to the NRL, and no doubt, they deserve their spot in the English team. They've been playing great football all year, and they'll be looking to continue that.
Mm-hmm. And Gareth Widdop's another. I mean, we didn't expect to see him in this time. He's made a miraculous recovery from his hip injury.
Yeah, that's right. He dislocated his hip in, I think, mid-year. So, he wasn't expected to be back, but, he's a very quality player that's, set in the Melbourne Storm system, and, he's no doubt he's played for England before, and he knows what it's all about, and he'll be looking to, cement his spot there in that team.
Mm-hmm. And Kevin Sinfield is a player who's got the Golden Boot currently. It's an honour you've had bestowed on you. It raised a few eyebrows when Kevin was awarded it. Do you think he might have a point to prove in this tournament?
Yeah, definitely. I think, in some tournaments in the past, by his standards, he's probably been a little bit quiet, but no doubt, this will be a tournament he'd love to, I suppose, rip in and certainly stamp his name on the tournament. So, he's a world-class player, and, he's got great players around him as well. So it's going to be a tough one for us when we come up against them.
Mm-hmm. The competition now is so competitive, and I think a lot of that, if you don't mind me saying, is due to the strength of the NRL. I mean, we see so many great players from the NRL playing for the Ireland teams, and certainly the England team set looks to be stronger because of the NRL. Do you think that the success of the NRL is making a competition like the World Cup a lot more competitive?
Oh, definitely. I think, not just the NRL competition, but the Super League competition as well, for guys that will be playing in the Wales competition, playing for Wales and teams like that. Mm-hmm. They're from both sides of the hemisphere, and certainly that strengthens the international game when, players can go back and play for their country at World Cups like this. So, both competitions are great to be a part of, and they're doing their bit for the, international game.
Mm-hmm. Do you actually enjoy coming to England? I mean, apart from the rugby league side of things, do you enjoy it's never the best weather when you seem to come across.
Well, the last couple of years we've been very lucky with the weather. It hasn't been too bad, and it's been bearable. So we've got our fingers crossed and hoping it's a bit like that. But look, the boys have a really good time while we're over there. We get to see a few things. We're based in Manchester, mm-hmm. So the boys certainly love their soccer as well as we call it here.
Okay.
So hopefully the boys can get to a couple of games. But it's always a pleasure going over there and seeing the sights of England.
You seem to certainly enjoy it on the pitch as well. I think you got man of the match in 3 of your 4 games in the 2011 series, didn't you?
Certainly. It's personally my football's been very great over there. I love playing there. Like I said, it's all part of the atmosphere. The crowd are such an amazing, give you such an amazing buzz to be a part of the game. They're always special experiences when I play over there, and I love playing there.
You don't fancy a stint in Super League later on in your career, maybe?
I don't know about that. I think I might be a little bit too old and busted by then.
No worries. Well, thanks for your time, Johnathan. Obviously,
no worries.
Good luck with your time in camp, and we'll probably see you across here. We're based in Manchester ourselves, so it'll be good to catch up when you get across here.
No worries. We'll no doubt see you over there.
Top stuff. I'll let you get on with the rest of your day. Cheers, Johnathan.
Thanks, man.
Bye now.